You wake up tired, not from work, not from effort, but from carrying too much that never mattered. Your body rests. Your mind never does. Thoughts pile up like unfinished battles. Regrets you replay, fears. You rehearse arguments you keep winning in your head against people who are not even there, and slowly, quietly, your energy leaks out, not in dramatic explosions, but in small, constant drains. You don't notice it at first because wasting energy feels normal. Everyone is doing it, but deep down, something feels wrong. You feel heavy, yet unfulfilled, busy, yet empty. The ancient warriors understood this feeling long before screens, before noise, before endless opinions. The samurai did not fight chaos. They refused to carry it. And the Stoics, calm men in violent times, saw the same. Truth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength was never about force. It was about direction. Right now, your energy has no direction. It is scattered, pulled, consumed. Not by enemies, but by yourself. You waste your energy first by fighting what you cannot control. You argue with reality. You resist what already is. You replay moments that are finished, as if pain will rewrite the past. It won't. Every complaint, every silent resentment, every "this shouldn't have happened" is a tax on your soul. You think resistance protects you, but it only exhausts you. The samurai accepted the strike before responding. The Stoic accepted fate before choosing action. Epictetus said, "Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for events to happen as they do happen, and your life will go smoothly." Smooth does not mean easy, it means uncluttered. Your suffering multiplies because you demand life obey your expectations, but life was never your servant. Energy flows where acceptance begins. When you stop asking "why me" and start asking "what now?" something shifts. The mind quiets, the breath deepens, the body listens. You are no longer bleeding energy into resentment, you are gathering it. The second way you waste your energy is by living everywhere. Accept the present moment. Your body is here. Your mind is scattered across yesterday and tomorrow. Regret pulls you backward. Anxiety drags you forward, and the present, the only place power exists, is left empty, Seneca warned. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. You suffer future pain that may never come, and past pain that no longer exists. Both feel real. Both steal your strength. The samurai trained presence as a weapon. One breath, one movement, one strike. No excess, no distraction, because divided attention is divided power. Look at your day. How much energy is spent worrying about outcomes you can't control, judgments you can't predict, opinions you don't need. You scroll, you compare, you consume, and call it rest. But your nervous system never recovers. True rest is not escape. It is stillness. It is being fully where you are, without resistance. When you wash your hands, just wash your hands. When you walk, just walk. When you sit in silence, do not reach for noise. Presence is not passive. It is disciplined. It is the decision to return again and again and again. Every time your mind runs, you bring it back, not with anger, but with patience. Like a master correcting a student, slowly, your energy stops bleeding into fantasy. It becomes grounded, available, sharp. The third way you waste your energy is by trying to be seen. Instead of trying to be true, you perform, you explain, you justify. You want to be understood, validated, approved, and you hand strangers the authority over your peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Every time you betray your values to avoid discomfort, you fracture your energy, because inner conflict is the most exhausting war. The samurai lived by honor, not applause. The Stoic lived by virtue, not recognition. They knew external praise is unstable. Internal alignment is unshakable. You don't need to prove yourself to people who are not walking your path. Silence is often strength. Boundaries are not cruelty, they are clarity. When your actions match your values, energy returns because nothing is leaking. No pretending, no masks, no performance, just truth. You feel lighter, not because life got easier, but because you stopped carrying what wasn't yours. Pain still exists. Loss still exists. Uncertainty still exists, but you are no longer wasting energy fighting them. Your move with them calm does not mean numb. It means stable, and stability is power. The warrior does not rush. The philosopher does not panic. They breathe, they observe, they choose. You can feel it now. A quiet strength rising beneath the noise, not loud, not aggressive, steady, like a deep river that doesn't announce itself, but moves mountains over time. This is not motivation. It is remembrance. You already have what you need. You just forgot where your energy was going. Energy is not something you earn. It is something you steward. Every thought you entertain, every fear you feed, every distraction you indulge is a withdrawal from the only account that matters, your life force. Look at how much you give away to petty arguments, to judgment, to envy, to endless what-ifs you pretend. It's harmless, but the small leaks stack into a flood. The samurai called it key life energy. The Stoics called it reason, virtue, purpose. Both pointed to the same truth. Energy is sacred. Squander it, and the soul weakens. Imagine your life as a battlefield, not of swords and spears, but of moments, choices, and attention. Every wasted emotion is a lost skirmish. Every unfocused effort, a defeat. You feel tired because your battles are endless. And mostly, they are against shadows. Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." That power is never in more activity, never in more possessions, never in more distractions. It is in mastery of self. The first principle, control your inner war. Stop fighting what cannot be changed. Channel the energy you expend on resistance into action, into growth, into being present. The second principle, be fully here, not in memory, not in anticipation, but in the living moment. Energy spent in the present builds resilience, strengthens focus, sharpens the mind like a katana. The third principle, align with truth, not image, not approval, not fleeting validation. When action matches value, the mind becomes a calm battlefield, the body becomes a weapon, the spirit becomes unshakable. Every wasted moment, every scattered thought, every compromised action is a debt to yourself. Repay it now. Sit quietly, breathe fully, listen to the rhythm of your life, feel where your energy leaks, notice where you chase shadows, observe how often you betray your truth, and begin to reclaim it. You do not need grand gestures. The warrior knows victory is in small disciplines. The Stoic knows peace is in repeated choices. Wash your hands, walk in silence, speak only what is necessary, act only with intention. Energy is not infinite, but it can be cultivated, preserved, directed. Imagine yourself like water in a mountain stream. Every diversion, every obstacle, you flow around, not wasting force, not losing momentum. The modern world tells you, consume, react, perform, compare, but real power is containment, not chaos. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every emotion deserves expression. Let go, and energy returns. The samurai trained to move without hesitation because hesitation wastes energy. The Stoics trained to judge without attachment because attachment wastes energy. You can do the same. Observe without obsession, act without compulsion, breathe without judgment, love without demand. Your life becomes a quiet war where each choice is deliberate, each moment purposeful, and in that war you are undefeated, no praise needed, no trophy earned, no crowd watching, only you aligned. Focused, alive, your mind stops scattering, your body stops trembling, your soul stops begging. You feel the power of what is truly yours, and it is enough. Now do not rush to change everything. Do not try to reclaim lost years. Begin with the next breath, the next thought, the next action. Each small victory compounds until the river within you becomes unstoppable. The world may still roar, chaos may still rage, pain may still come, but it will no longer drain you because you are anchored in presence, in truth, in choice. This is the way of the samurai. This is the way of the Stoic. This is the way of someone who refuses to waste themselves. And when you finally understand it, you will move through life, not as a leaf in the wind, but as a mountain stream cutting through stone. Your energy has a rhythm, a pulse, a quiet insistence that life moves through you. Yet you spend it on noise, on constant motion, on thoughts that have no weight. You do not notice because the small drains feel harmless, like a slow leak in a fortress wall. But over time, the walls weaken, the fortress trembles, and you feel exhausted without reason. The samurai knew this. Every movement counted, every breath was deliberate, every strike purposeful. They wasted nothing, not their steps, not their attention, not their presence. The Stoics knew the same. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Yet you scatter yourself across memory and fantasy, across judgment and expectation, across fears that may never arrive. You carry ghosts of the past and debts to the future, while the present, the only place energy can live, slips away. You waste energy in comparison, watching others' lives, measuring yourself, and feeling small. The eyes you see through are not yours. The standards you measure by are not yours." Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Every comparison is a reaction. Every reaction costs energy. Every moment spent chasing approval is a battle lost. The samurai did not fight for praise. The Stoic did not labor for applause. They fought for mastery, from clarity for inner alignment. The modern world teaches distraction, but the warrior teaches presence. You must choose where your energy goes. Not everywhere, not to every demand, not to every noise. Begin with your mind. It is the first battlefield, the most important one. Notice the thoughts you entertain, the judgments you repeat, the fears you feed. Observe them. Do not resist. Do not indulge. Simply watch. Then choose where energy flows. Not out of obligation, not out of fear, but out of intention. Energy is like water. Pour it into trenches that matter, not puddles that evaporate. You waste energy by resisting reality, by longing for what was or could be, by surrendering control to others' opinions. You waste energy by scattering yourself across time, across space, across meaningless interaction. You waste energy by pretending, by performing, by seeking recognition instead of truth, and yet all three can be reclaimed. First, face reality without resentment. Accept what is, and focus what can be changed. Second, inhabit the present fully. Do not leave the only moment where power exists. Third, align every action with your values. Do not surrender truth for comfort. Do not betray yourself for ease. The samurai trained in repetition, in discipline, in being the same calm force, moment after moment. The Stoics trained in reflection, in questioning, in seeing beyond emotion to principle. You too can train to hold your energy like a blade in the palm of your hand, sharp, balanced, unyielding. Feel the weight of your life and notice how often it has been wasted. Notice the small victories slipping by, the quiet moments ignored, the stillness rejected. All our energy, all our power, all are lost when you chase illusions. Breathe now. Slowly, intentionally, energy begins to return, not as a surge, not as excitement, but as a calm, inexhaustible current. Your thoughts are sharper, your body steadier, your presence undeniable. And this is only the beginning. The path is simple, but not easy. It asks patience, discipline, courage. The courage to face yourself, the patience to return again and again, the discipline to do less, but do it fully. No wasted motion, no wasted breath, no wasted attention. Each choice becomes a reclaiming, each moment a fortress rebuilt. The world may still demand, the world may still pull, the world may still roar, but your energy is yours and it flows where you intend. And when you finally master this, you will feel a force within, calm, enduring, unstoppable. This is not a gift, it is a practice, a daily training, a life lived with intention. You may think you need more time, more money, more opportunity, but what you really need is control over yourself. Every wasted minute, every unfocused thought, compromise with your truth is a withdrawal from the only account that matters. Your energy is your currency, your life is the ledger, and most of us spend recklessly on distractions we cannot recall. Tomorrow, the samurai did not waste. They measured every step, every strike, every breath, because life is short and every moment carries weight. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. You are not who you pretend to be. You are not the mask you show the world. You are the sum of the choices you make in silence when no one is watching." Notice where your energy goes. Notice the small compromises, the arguments you revisit, the grudges you carry, The comparisons you make, all are thefts of power, all are drains on the soul. Your mind races, not because the world is chaotic, but because you feed it chaos. You cannot control what others do. You cannot stop the tides. You cannot command the wind. But you can command yourself, your reaction, your focus, your presence. The second samurai principle is presence, and it is deeper than mindfulness. It is immersion in the reality of now, without distraction, without resistance, without regret. Your body, your breath, your senses, all anchors, not to the past, not to the future, but to the living moment. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." Notice how many moments you have missed because your mind was elsewhere. Planning, judging, replaying. Energy is only alive in the now. Spend it anywhere else, and it dies slowly, silently, unnoticed. The third principle is integrity, alignment of thought, word, and deed, not for recognition, not for praise, but because misalignment drains you. Every lie, every compromise, every performance eats away your strength until you feel exhausted without understanding why. The samurai lived by honor, the Stoics by virtue. They wasted nothing because nothing outside of intention deserved their energy. You, too, can live this way by noticing the leaks, by reclaiming the lost power, by choosing presence over distraction, truth over performance, acceptance over resistance. Energy flows where intention lives, and your life begins to feel heavier in purpose and lighter in burden. Every breath is sharper, every step deliberate, every moment owned. Even pain becomes efficient, even loss becomes guidance, even chaos becomes clarity. You do not need more strength, you need less waste, less compromise, less distraction. The warrior within you, the philosopher within you, awaits not in grand gestures, not in dramatic battles, but in small IFLs, daily choices, a quiet, relentless discipline that turns life itself into mastery. The storms will come, the world will demand, pain will strike, but if your energy is reclaimed, it flows like steel through you, unbroken, focused, ever-present, inner fortress rebuilt moment by moment, thought by thought, action by action. In this fortress, nothing is wasted, nothing is lost, everything counts. Choose and feel. The tide of energy returns slowly, steadily, powerfully. This is no accident. This is deliberate. This is life lived with mastery. The samurai's path, the stoic's path, your path, waiting to be walked. The energy you thought was gone was only misplaced. Now you see it clearly, the truth that was always there. Energy is not a gift you wait for. It is not something given by circumstance or fortune. It is something claimed with attention, claimed with presence, claimed with integrity. All the noise, all the distraction, all the fear, they were never yours to carry. You were only asked to notice, to choose, and to act. The samurai did not hope for victory. The Stoics did not pray for ease. They mastered what they could, themselves. And you can too. You are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of events. Your mind is a fortress. Your body is a vessel. Your life is a field where intention grows. Let go of what drains you. Focus on what matters. Align every thought, every word, every action with your truth. Your energy will return. Your strength will return. Your peace will return. Because when nothing is wasted, when nothing is scattered, when nothing is sacrificed for illusion, you are whole. And in wholeness, you are unstoppable. The river of your life flows now, clear, powerful, and eternal. This is your path. Walk it, own it, live it.